I don't matter.
When Queen Elizabeth II met the world with laughter, grace, and unshakable calm, duty transformed into something deeply human. Watch how small gestures, cheeky remarks, and quiet strength turned royal moments into lasting memories of kindness, resilience, and charm. Please like, subscribe, and share your favorite moment in the comments below. Even on Zoom, Queen Elizabeth's warmth shone through. Chatting with Princess Anne, the two shared a light moment, smiles, laughter, and that unmistakable mother-daughter ease. Royal titles aside, this was just family, caught in a genuinely sweet connection across the screen.
Yes, well, I can see 4 anyway. Okay, fair enough. Actually, don't need me. You know what I look like.
One of Queen Elizabeth's final letters wasn't to a leader or diplomat. It was to 8-year-old Olivia from Australia. The young girl had sent photos of herself dressed as the Royal Guard, riding her pony in honor of the Jubilee. Her Majesty's reply? A letter filled with warmth. Even near the end, the Queen still found time for the little ones who looked up to her most. In a rare and powerful moment, Queen Elizabeth bowed her head as Princess Diana's coffin passed, quietly setting aside protocol to offer one final gesture of grace, respect, and humanity that touched the world. Royal rule says, never touch the Queen unless she initiates it. But during their first meeting, Michelle Obama, led by pure warmth, gently placed an arm around Her Majesty. And instead of pulling back, the Queen embraced her right back. In that moment, centuries of protocol quietly made room for simple, human connection. During a school visit, the Queen asked a student if he was doing math. Mostly algebra, he replied. Queen Elizabeth II turned algebra into comedy gold with just one word.
It's mostly algebra and it's
Did you know that before she was queen, she was Tillibeth? That was her childhood nickname, full of joy, curiosity, and innocence. It's heartwarming to remember that behind the crown once stood a little girl with a laugh just as royal as her future. Back in 1944, 18-year-old Princess Elizabeth visited the Royal Military College. That smile she gave a guard? Proof that even then, she knew how to brighten a uniformed man's day. As a rumble echoed through the park, Queen Elizabeth joked, "That sounds like President Trump and President Obama." That's royal shade, served elegantly.
Sounds like President Trump, President Obama.
Royal duties can wait when a dorgy is involved. Watch as the Queen shares a sweet, playful moment with her beloved dog, tail wags, smiles, and all.
Where did you go? I know what you want.
When the Obamas teased Prince Harry ahead of the Invictus Games,
Prince Harry, remember when you told us to bring it at the Invictus Games?
Careful what you wish for.
they didn't expect her to answer. But with a cheeky boom, Queen Elizabeth stole the show and the mic drop. Game, set, Majesty.
Oh, really? Please.
Boom.
Did you know Queen Elizabeth II was the only British monarch to serve in the military? During World War II, she trained as a mechanic and driver in the Auxiliary Territorial Service at just 18 years old, earning the nickname Princess Auto Mechanic. But behind the crown were also quiet moments of tenderness, reminders that even a queen could share the simplest joys of being human. Meeting Pope Francis might be a high-pressure moment for anyone, but for Queen Elizabeth, it was just another day of elegance in the Vatican, arm in arm with Prince Philip.
I think we haven't got to waiting. I think we're having lunch with the president.
In Auckland, 1986, 2 eggs were thrown during a children's rally protest. But the Queen? She laughed. Grace, even under pressure. Her calm was louder than any protest. In Fijian culture, sitting before royalty is a sign of respect. When a soldier respectfully sat as the Queen passed, she responded with a soft, warm smile, a royal bow without bending. At her Jubilee event, a cake was placed upside down so the press could see it. The Queen, oh, so they can see it. I don't matter.
Be upside down for the press.
They can see it. I don't matter.
And then, with that iconic glint, I think I'll just put a knife in it.
I think I might just put a knife in it.
I think that's a really good idea.
The rest of it.
Well done.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau joked he was her 12th PM. The Queen, thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, for making me feel so old. Mick dropped, gracefully.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister of Canada, for making me feel so old.
Nelson Mandela once greeted her with a smile and a joke. Why do you look younger every time I see you? Only Queen Elizabeth could pull off timeless royalty, literally.
Nice to see you.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Why do you look younger every time I see you?
At the Redendo Parade, Queen Elizabeth stood beside Prince Charles, grinning as a ceremonial sculpture was revealed. With perfect timing, she quipped, "Much better than arrows on a cushion," poking fun at the centuries-old tradition of presenting royal arrows on velvet. Royal tradition, gently upstaged by royal humor.
Much better than arrows on a cushion.
I've thought it might be.
A royal guard greeted her with a crisp, "Good morning." Her reply, "As you can see, I can't move. Not even palace protocol can resist a good one-liner."
Good morning, Your Majesty. How are you?
Well, as you can see, I can't move.
As she inspected her royal guards, her gaze was all dignity. A silent thank you in motion. At the G7 photo op, the Queen glanced around and cheekily asked, "Are you supposed to be looking as if you're enjoying yourself?" The world leaders burst into laughter, a perfect reminder that even in diplomacy, a little humor goes a long way.
Are you supposed to be looking as if you're enjoying it?
Yes, definitely. Your Majesty.
Queen Elizabeth II met 14 U.S. presidents during her reign, more than any other world leader in history. From Truman to Biden, her diplomatic presence spanned generations and shaped history. But for all her formality and titles, the Queen's wit could light up a room, and the next moments prove it. Given the choice between a knife and a ceremonial sword to cut a cake, the Queen used the sword instead. "I know there is," she smirked. "Sword first, logic second."
There is a knife there as well. What? There is a knife.
I know there is.
At Balmoral Castle, she met a Shetland pony mascot and asked the question only she could. When shall I give him the throne? She may have ruled nations, but not ponies.
Back again.
When a schoolgirl asked if she'd prefer the royal baby to be a boy or a girl, the Queen replied that she didn't mind at all, as long as it arrived soon, so she could go on her holiday. Classic Queen Elizabeth, and completely legendary.
I think I mind. Very much like it's a ride. Yes, I'm going on holidays.
Glancing at a soldier's beret, she made a cheeky comment that left him giggling mid-duty. Who knew that one royal smile could knock the nerves right out of a guard?
Supposed to stay on when we're stationed right now.
When told that her newly unveiled statue was so lifelike it startled people, the Queen smiled and quipped, "Yes, I imagine it might be quite alarming to suddenly see it out the window." Who else could be this regal and this real?
Yes, I would think possibly it might be quite alarming to just suddenly see it out of the window.
A soldier told her they'd met back in 2010. Her face lit up with that sheepish royal grin, as if trying to remember and laughing at the effort. Endearing every time.
the pleasure of meeting you in 2010.
Really?
Of course, it wasn't really her parachuting out of a helicopter with James Bond, but for a moment during the 2012 London Olympics, we all believed it. The world watched in awe as 007 strolled into Buckingham Palace, and the Queen, cool as ever, rose to meet him. No words, no fuss, just Her Majesty and Bond walking side by side. It was unexpected, brilliantly British, and a reminder that even at 86, the Queen could still steal the show. After 27 years of service, a royal guard stood before her. 27? She said in disbelief, eyes wide. It wasn't just surprise, it was joy, admiration, and respect, all in one glance.
27 years. Looks like that. 27.
From playful quips to moments of quiet sorrow, today's journey through Queen Elizabeth II's life reminds us that even behind centuries of tradition, there lived a woman of humor, grace, and deep humanity. She wasn't just a monarch, she was a presence, a symbol, and for so many, a comforting constant. Thank you for watching this tribute to the Queen who ruled with both heart and wit. If these moments made you smile or brought a tear, please like, subscribe to the WAT channel, and let us know which memory resonated most in the comments. And don't miss our next video, where we continue exploring the untold moments that made royalty feel real. Here's to dignity, laughter, and a legacy that lives on.